Hi, it's Richard. I'm making some drawers out of this very nice birch and ice birch. And I've decided, because of their function, which is in my workshop, to use dominoes as the joinery instead of dovetailing them. And I've done this once before, and I was reminded recently of the difficulty in mortising accurately the two pieces. Essentially, when you're using dominoes as your tenon, as your through tenon or your loose tenon, what you're doing for drawers anyway, is essentially you've got a butt joint here with a lap, and your domino is going to protrude, it's going to pass through and be held in place like that, essentially here. Okay, so what you need to do is make sure that when you're mortising, it needs to be accurate. You don't want to leave a gap, or you don't want it to be offset or skewed or whatever. So the easiest way to do that is to make sure that these are clamped appropriately in the position you want, and then mortise in one go. And I've made this jig, and I adapted it from a book on a chapter on dovetails. This is a jig. It's very simple. It's two pieces of MDF screwed together, and then the 90 degree is reinforced with this huge piece of MDF. It's a very thick piece of MDF here, and I've got a little piece of hardwood here just to reinforce this side of it. Obviously you can't have such a big piece because it won't sit on the corner of your workbench or MFT. I'm choosing to use my MFT because I've got a nice flat surface here. So what you do is you clamp it lightly, and that's very important because if you clamp it too hard, you can affect the 90 degree, the squareness of it. Just check that you're still 90 all the way across. Like I said, it's nice and loose. Before you clamp it to your MFT, if you're using MFT, don't forget to slide a clamp past this, otherwise you won't be able to get it on unless you remove the guide rail fence. So these are my drawer pieces. This is the back. This is the side, the left side and the right side, and I've ploughed a groove along there and also on the back of the front piece. Now the front and the side meet together with a lap, but the back is going to be just a simple butt joint like that. So this is what you would do essentially. You're mortising this way. So what you would want to do is clamp this piece in here. So, I should mention that I've drawn 90 degree layout lines just to help me in establishing this. So choose a layout line that's appropriate, and you want to leave it a little bit, well, obviously a lot proud to account for this. So this, as you can see, let me just move this to a different hole. Alright, so as you can see, there's a gap there, which is fine. I want that. And I use a small hammer. This is very lightly clamped at the moment. And I'm going to use a small metal hammer, not a rubber mallet, because you won't hear when it seats. There, you could hear the tone change. I'll just do it again. You get that dead note when it seats. So now I'm in position, and I check everything is lined up, and I'm at the right height, and I can just slide my piece over, and I've got my layout line there, which is very helpful, and I want to feel it in place. Now, once you've obviously got your domino all set up, you would draw your lines here and plunge, boom and boom, and you'll have a really good joint. So if you do everything right. So that's not right. Oops. So that's the first piece, and then very simple for the second piece. This is my back. And like I say, this is going to be, obviously, once it's all glued up and whatever, the bottom slides in, so the back is not at the bottom, it's obviously sitting up here. So this joint will go like this. So again, you slide this one in here, leaving it proud. And what I would do with this one, take another piece of wood, maybe not your finished piece, just tap this down till you're flush. There, something like that. Line this up where you want it. In my case, I want the bottom here to be level with the top of the groove. And make the plunge. And that's it. Pretty simple. And what you can even do is, if you have a repetitive amount of pieces, is you could nail a block here or something like that. You could nail it in, so you always just slide it out, and you could nail another block here. So if I've got 6 of these to do, that's probably what I'll do. So I'll nail a block here, nail a block here, slide my pieces in, plunge, do, get rid of them, next one, done. So anyway, it's a pretty useful jig that that I saw adapted from a dovetail book. As I said, essentially what you would do is the same sort of thing. You'd have let's say you have your tails on this piece, and you want to mark for your pins. You'd move that over there like that, clamp, and you take your marking knife and mark away, and then you go away and cut these. So yeah, that was from Bob Waring's book, Essential Woodworking, I think it's called, which is excellent. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you find it useful. Bye.